Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the video. So this time we are trying to solve a problem that I've got with my home server. So just to give some background, I've run quite a few services. I've got Plex, I've got Pi-hole, and I've got a few other VMs that I'm trying to run. So far I've always had them on different machines, and I'm finally at a time when energy is becoming so expensive, so it's not economical to run multiple machines, so I'm going to run it on one machine. So I'm going to be using Proxmox to set up all these virtual machine and all the container environments, because some of these applications can just live in a container. For example, a Pi-hole and a Plex server could be in a container, and plus it will also give us an opportunity to play around with other virtual machines that run different other Linux distros. So let's get cracking. So first of all, I'll show you the device I'm going to be using, and then we'll do a quick installation of our Proxmox server, and then we'll go about how we configure and add our first virtual machine to it. All right, stay tuned. Let's check out there. Alright, so to set up a server, the first thing we need is to set up Proxmox. So if many of you don't know, Proxmox is a very good free open source tool. Obviously there is some subscription component to it, but you don't need to. So it actually acts as a hypervisor, so you can create all the virtual machines on your computers, and they will all share the same baseline infrastructure. So I've got this tiny PC which has 4 cores and 16 gigs of RAM, so I can run multiple machines while they only have 1 or 2% of use of the RAM, but you still get the most out of your infrastructure in that manner. So but there are other tutorials online that explains it very well. So I'm gonna start by downloading Proxmox, which I have already. So it looks something like this. Once you get in there, you have all your virtual machines, and you can see them in real time. You can SSH into your machines, and you can even have containers. So all in all, it's a very good tool. So we go download, and we're gonna go on the 9.1 version. I think that's the latest. It came out in November 20. So we'll press download. I've already got it downloaded, so I've already got it here. It's 1.8 gigs. So what we need to do next is we need to get Rufus to install this as a bootable USB. So we're gonna get Rufus, go download and get the exe, click on it. That's right. So we've selected our USB, and then we'll pick up the computer. It creates. Oh, that's fine. okay. So you just go with all the default options. It's already pre-built into the image. So you press start, and now we wait. Alright, so it's done writing the file, so it may look something like this, but that's normal. You press OK, and you press close, and that's it. So we're done with setting up our USB device, so let's go to the next part of actually installing Proxmox onto the server. Alright, so we'll start with pressing the boot key, so F12 in this case, so it's going to take us to the boot menu. Yeah, so let's see what we get. Alright, so these are the specs of our server. As you can see, so we're running a 4-core Intel i5-6500T with 16 gigs of RAM. Yeah, it's pretty standard. All the other stuff, there's Intel graphics on board. Got some Realtek audio. If you don't have any Bluetooth or Wi-Fi devices, that's fine. It's going to primarily run on Ethernet. Here we go. So you go out selecting our. I'm actually going to use the graphic terminal. What I've found in this case, if it does this, maybe plug out the USB and plug it into a different port. That's what I've done. As you can see, it just has populated the thing. It's hard to zoom in properly, but seems like it's working fine now. About clicking on I agree here. And go next. So country, I'll just take in mind. I am in Brisbane, and yeah, and we press next. Okay, so this is something that you have to remember, and unfortunately, I've done this multiple times. I've written the password and I've forgotten the passwords. Yeah, so come up with a password that's easy to remember. Alright, so next up we need to configure the details of the interface. So we'll do a host type. We'll call it Proxmox. Proxmox.server1. I'm just, giving it a name. And I'm just going to put the see if we set half, of course. 86. And nope. Okay. Cool. So as you can see here at the bottom, it's just going to start doing its thing. So it takes a while. So yeah, let's let it run. Alright, so it's very important to actually remove your USB. That's just gonna get back into the installation process. So after the installation, it's gonna reboot once, and yep, it should come up okay. Alright, so it looks like it's starting up. Cool. All right. So once you see this screen, it means it's ready to go. So you just go onto this address and just start logging in. So let's do that next. Alright guys, so welcome back. So in this section, let's look at configuring the actual Proxmox instance that we just installed. 86.2 I think. Oh, I forgot the port. I think it's 8006. So you might see something like this. It's an error, so you go advanced, click on proceed, and this should take us to our Proxmox login. So the default username is root, and then you input the password that you did set up earlier. It's important to remember because so here we are. So let's zoom out. So this is the Proxmox instance. I'll just zoom in so it's easier. So right now we're in our data center in our very first node, which is the one we just set up. So you can see the summary of it. It tells you all the details that we need. So we got 4 CPU cores, 16 gigs of RAM, hard drive, and some additional storage that we got. Yeah, and now it's up to us to what we do from here. So we obviously have the DNS. So once we're gonna set up our Pi-hole, we're gonna change our DNS to that Pi-hole as well. We got hosts, we got updates, repositories. Some people know that there's a way how we can get around to the subscription option. I'm not going to show this in the video, but if you are interested, I'll recommend you going online and check it out. There's definitely a lot of tutorials out there that show that. All right, so we got a few images sitting in our Ventoy USB. We'll just copy some over from here. Maybe we can even get something new, but stuff like Windows 10, 11, Proxmox, etc. So you can have anything. So how about we do a Pi-hole? Let's find out how we set up Pi-hole on this. All right, so let's carry on. So in the meantime, I figured out and uploaded some of the ISO images as well. It takes a while. You can just simply press upload from here, browse your file, and off it goes. Other thing what we need here is we actually need our container templates. All right, so we can actually just download it from here. We've got a Debian contain. Might actually say that because it's just in this weird format. Alright, we're gonna get the latest version. Keep. Alright, let's see, can we upload it now? Yes, we can. You simply press upload and it just starts the process, and once we do it, it should be available. We'll also upload the other file as well that we just got. Alright, so once uploaded, let's create a container. So we're gonna call it Pi-hole. We've got a password. I don't want to give it any tags. I'll just simply press next. And in our template, we'll just select Debian. Give it next. 8 gigs, local LBM. All right. Yeah, 1 core. That's fine. Yep. Memory 512. Yep. DNS use host settings. I'll just and next. And that's happening? Well, let's look at the Bible document. I miss lightly, or have I? All right, so we finally got around to getting the update for Ubuntu. Yeah, so it's doing its thing now, but hopefully once it's updated, we should have curl as well, or we can get curl. Nice. Now we can actually run the Pi-hole. All that's happening. Are we tracking with the memory and CPU? Yeah, that's right. Yep, that's fine. Oh, there. Cool. Oh, I done anything wrong? Oh, I think that's. Is that how it is? Right. So, what we want is we need this password. I'm just gonna take a photo. Oh. Alright, so what we need to do is we need to head over to this address now to verify its workings. 1, 2, 1, 2, 8. Well, just for demonstration purposes, just try to log in. Here we go. We'll just save it. Cool. So we'll do the update. Alright, so what else do we have? Well, there was a setting here for teleport. Here we go. Import. Import. Alright, so this is a Steven Black. I think that's dude's name. Plus I'll also put in another list here. So F2 list. Here we go. both of the lists there. It's currently not active, but I will just quickly turn it back on. Alright guys, so yeah, that's it for this video. As you saw, it was fairly easy to set up a Proxmox server. You download it, make a bootable USB, install it, and then start running your containers. I think it's a very exciting time for everyone to start learning Linux. As the world is changing, the Windows dominance is actually being questioned, and countries are moving away from Windows. This is a very safe space for everyone to go out and start learning Linux. Start experimenting with containers. Until then, peace out.